Hey guys, it's B, and I just want to give you guys my quick Bout of Books 20 wrap up. Oh my gosh, why couldn't it have been Bout of Books 19, which I didn't vlog, and I knocked so many books off of my TBR. So of course, Bout of Books 20, I vlogged like practically all week and did knock one book off of my TBR. So crazy. So basically I'm coming to you guys with my August wrap up. I read 6 books in the month of August. Let's talk about them. The first book that I finished was Lies She Told by Kate Houlihan. This is a domestic thriller about an author, Liza Jones, who's previously had a best-selling book. Now it's time for her to complete her sophomore work, and she has 30 days to finish her novel and turn it into her publishers. But she's distracted by life challenges such as starting a family with her husband, who is very distracted by the disappearance of his work partner and best friend. Stressed out about her personal life as well as her work life, she escapes into writing her current novel. Beth, the heroine in Liza's story, thinks that her husband is cheating on her, so she sets out doing her own investigation to figure out exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, in real life, Liza's husband's best friend's body is pulled from the river, and it's a whodunit, what happened, who suspected. At the same time, something goes on with Beth's own investigation as to her husband and his supposed affair, so the lines between fiction and reality start to blur. It's kind of like a book within a book. A cool concept how the story was told, and even though I spotted the plot twist like miles away, this was still a fun read. I definitely recommend it. 3.75 stars, rounding it up to 4. The next book that I finished, oh my gosh, you guys, highly anticipated by me. This was one of my most anticipated reads of summer. Stay With Me by Oyobami Adebayo. And oh my gosh, you guys, this story, these people, it's freaking crazy. Khadijah and Aiken are a couple that met at university, and it's practically like a love at first sight thing. They eventually get married. Fast forward 4 years, they're happily married, totally in love, but there are no children produced from the marriage. Old school Nigerian family, they want grandchildren, they want heirs, blah blah blah. The couple knows that a polygamous marriage is not for them, but there's so much pressure from Aiken's mother, the husband's mother, for him to have a son, to have an heir, to give her a grandchild. Khadijah's not too worried about it because she knows that Aiken shares her sentiments of not wanting a polygamous marriage, until one day the mother brings home a new bride for Aiken. From there, all hell breaks loose, and it's just the struggle that the couple goes through and the things that, when your heart is in a desperate place, the measures and the steps that you'll take to keep everything intact. And it's absolutely insane what these two people go through and what they do. I will not give too much away, but I definitely enjoyed this read. It was intense, it was heartbreaking. I don't know, for some small reason there was a disconnect. I didn't have a total connection with the characters in the book, and just some of the measures that they went to were, well, I can say extreme for me, but I'm sure there's people that would be in a situation that would take the measures that they took. Very interesting, fast read. I was hoping that it would be my Here Comes the Sun of 2017, and whereas it didn't blow me out of the water as much as that one did, it was still a very good book, solid 4 stars, and I definitely recommend it. Sip, 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 sip. Woo! Sip. Iced dirty chai, so good. Have to sip all the tea. Sip all the tea for this next one. You guys. Boom. Pow. What? Oh my god, you guys. Absolutely amazing. I have wanted to read A Brief History of 7 Killings by Marlon James since it came out last year. I was on a no-buy, and I have size fear, and it's a chunker. But oh my god, you guys, I finally buckled down and bought the book, made up my mind to read it, and then caught it on sale on Audible for one of their daily deals. I was like, there's no excuse, gotta get it done, gotta do it. And can I just tell you, the writing style is absolutely amazing. I'm not a big rereader, you guys, because there's so many books that I want to read and I'm not the fastest reader, but listening to it, it was a full cast audiobook. absolutely amazing, but this is a book that I would also like to read in like physical form, just to see if I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the audiobook, because this book gives me life. It, like, book hangover, I finished it a couple of weeks ago. I still kind of have a book hangover. I don't know what's gonna measure up to this. This is definitely hands down the best book that I have read of 2017 so far. Like, I'm telling everybody about it, trying to get everybody to read it, to download it. Highly recommend the audiobook. So entertaining. It's long, but it's worth it. So worth it. I enjoyed this so much. I'm almost scared to delve into his other work, The Book of Night Women, even though I've heard that that's very good, just because I don't know how anything could be better than this. Like, I really, really, really loved it. So it's the story, a fictional retelling of actual events surrounding Bob Marley and the political unrest that was going on in Jamaica in like the late 70s, and the different people that were involved in that. Amazing story. Like, you know, you read a book and you want to go through and look up the actual like real life people that it references, so you can know every little tidbit, every morsel and iota of information regarding the people in the story. Well, that is this. Definitely recommend it. 5 stars, without a doubt. Next up, you guys, I listened to The Good Widow. This was touted as a thriller, suspense, mystery. And it's the story of Jax, who is married to her husband for 8 years. Everything is fine and well and predictable until the police knock on the door one day and tell Jax that her husband, who is supposed to have been on a business trip in Kansas, was killed in a car crash in Hawaii. And he wasn't alone. He was with a girl. Oh my god! Jess is shocked and upset to find out the truths in everyone's lives is the mistress that her husband was having an affair with, his fiance. He was totally blindsided by the whole thing too. He decides that him and Jax need to go to Hawaii and figure out what happened to his fiance and to her husband. Why were they together? What was going on? What really happened, and just kind of retrace the steps of their last moments together. I don't really understand why this was categorized as a thriller. There wasn't really a lot of suspense. It read more like chick lit. People have said that there's maybe 10% suspense, and I think that's being generous. But to give it credit, it was so predictable that I wasn't even paying enough attention to see what anybody would see coming from a mile away. So I don't want to give too much away, but I gave this one a generous 3 stars. Hey guys, the next book I finished was The Broken Ones by Sarah A. Denzel. And this book, I don't want to say anything because I went in totally blind, and that's the best way to go into this one if you take a chance on it. Let me read you the synopsis. A shadow follows Sophie, watching, waiting. Her instincts tell her that it's someone she knows, but who? The man she met internet dating? The nurse caring for her ill mother? Or is her mother faking her illness? The only thing she knows is that she can't trust anyone. Sophie must delve into a dark history to reveal her stalker. But there are some stories that should never be told. This is a super quick read, super quick listen. The only thing I'm gonna say about it is stick with it. Just stick with it. It's worth it. It's worth it in the end. I gave this one a 3.5. This is one that makes me glad that I am not a big DNF'er. That's all I'm gonna say. And last, a book that I have been wanting to take a chance on for a while. Breakfast at Tiffanys by Truman Capote. You guys, I've never been a fan of the movie. Have never really cared for it, have never really gotten the hype behind it. So I figured it must be the book. The book must be so fantastic and spectacular that that's what makes everyone love the movie. So I gave it a chance. I listened to the audiobook and man, still don't like it. Still don't like it. I think Hailey Golightly is a snatch. She's a terrible person. She's shallow, she's a user, she's manipulative, like a con, like conniving, all the C words. All the C words. Just about this young girl living in New York City, chasing her dream, like She thrives on being social, like being the life of the party, having the parties, going to the parties, being wined and dined by older wealthy men. As the story progresses, we delve a little bit into her past and discover things about her character. Kind of character development, but she's so shallow that it wasn't enough to pull me into the story. I didn't really enjoy it that much. And I know it was written in the 50s, takes place in the 50s, but some of the offensive language just wasn't cool to me, on top of it being a ho-hum story with a basic character. Just, it wasn't for me. I ended up giving it 3 stars and probably could have done 2. So, I don't know. That was it for the month of August. 6 books. Not too bad, not too bad, I'll take it. Hoping to do just as well in September. If you guys have read any things, please let me know below your thoughts. Or if you guys have a August wrap up, share that as well so I can stop by and see what you read and what you enjoyed. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more videos, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you're notified when I upload. Alright, take care. Bye!